This type of animal picture obviously is a very popular subject.
But husband loves it.
Well, it was obviously quite a famous picture in the time. It's by James Bateman.
You got it insured, I hope? No. Well, I think it would do extremely well at auction.
Right.
And take the cobwebs off as well.
What can you tell me about the picture?
Just it was in family from about the middle 50s. My father bought it somewhere.
Do you know how much he might have paid for it?
Not a lot.
Not a lot. And he bought it here in Scotland?
Yes, Glasgow.
Right. Well, it's got a signature here at the bottom, which is Albertus Verhoesen. He was working really throughout the 19th century, and in fact this one's dated 1852, very much in the style of a number of other artists, including Eugene Verhoesen, who was probably the greatest exponent of these rather nice animal subjects, which in turn is out of 17th century Dutch painting. I gather you're a bit bothered by the condition of it.
Well, it's just a wee bit on the mucky side, shall we say.
A wee bit on the mucky side. Well, it's always a problem, isn't it, this business of restoration?
I didn't know where to get it done or who to see, so I just thought we'd leave it in its original form.
Well, I think you're probably quite right. Without being very, very careful, you can do so much damage to these beautifully painted pictures because they're painted in very, very thin glazes, these particular ones, and if you take too much off, the whole thing just virtually disappears. You'll lose much of the definition. And of course, what's so nice is that this cow particularly, all the detail on it is so beautifully painted. The attention to detail is absolutely wonderful and very typical of this school of painting. It's on panel, and if you were to put it at auction today, it would make somewhere between £1,500 and £2,000.
Oh.
Which is a jolly nice thing and well worth protecting, and don't get it scrubbed and cleaned too much, because if you do that it really will ruin it.
Mother Goose, S. Carter. Now, I know who that is. That's Samuel John Carter. He's a Norfolk artist. He lived in Swaffham, and he's an animal painter. And he's really particularly known for pictures of dogs and of puppies, particularly puppies. Can you tell me how you acquired it? Did you buy it? Or
well, it was left to my father in 1952 by his aunt. And then it came to me in 1969.
Yes. Well, I think it's beautifully painted. I mean, Samuel Carter's not as famous an artist, let's say, as Landseer or somebody like that. He's another late Victorian, charming painter of animals, but wherever you look, the details are extremely good. You know, the eye
is perfect.
Is good. I love the way the little goslings are done, and this chap standing up and flapping his wings. And also the landscape's nice. The river in the background, there's a sort of detail there. A bit cracked. Do you see the cracking here?
Yes.
Along this side, little bit cracked in the varnish, but that's not too serious. I mean, really, I would recommend having this picture cleaned and taking the glass off.
Yes.
And the picture's signed as well, down here. It's very faint and rather hard to see, but it is signed, isn't it? S.J. Carter, and there's a date, looks like 1888. This type of animal picture obviously is a very popular subject. It's very saleable. I would say, in a sale, £3,000 to £4,000. Should insure it, £5,000. They're a charming thing. So thank you for bringing it.
Thank you.
Well, we are in the seafood business, and this was given to us by a gentleman that was retired and worked for us in our office. However, he had a very jealous wife, and my husband used to take him salmon fishing, and she didn't like this at all. And he was due to go salmon fishing up to Scotland when he was taken ill, so my husband went on his own. 2 days after he'd gone, he collapsed and died. And about a few months later, she said, "I've got something for you." So this was the painting.
So was it given as a punishment?
What happened was, she said, "I actually went and sold it. I knew Donald wanted you to have this." But she said, "I went and sold it, and I couldn't sleep at night, so I had to go and buy it back again." So she went and bought it back from the antique dealers and then gave it to Chris.
Yes.
So I don't know.
What do you feel about this?
I don't like it. I don't like the eyes, I don't like the mouth, the cat, but husband loves it.
Well, it was obviously quite a famous picture at the time. It's by
Bateman,
James Bateman, because it's called Lobster Sauce.
Lobster sauce, I knew that, yes.
And this comes from Germany, really, all sorts of strange animal pictures, which are quite cruel, through Edwin Landseer, the great animal painter. In fact, there's a very famous Landseer painting called the Cat's Paw,
Oh, the cat's paw.
which is the monkey using the cat's paw to take the hot chestnuts off the burning
Right,
stove.
so a similar thing, yes.
Which is very cool, and I think that this picture is very much influenced in
Yes,
that manner.
I can see that. Well, it's sentimental value. That's why we like it, because of the man who gave us it. It's just.
And a wonderful story. As for value, I would say between £4,000 and £5,000.
I better tell him. He's up in Scotland at the moment, so I'll tell him.
Well, he's after these things in Scotland.
Yes, salmon fishing. Yes, you would think he would see enough of them, wouldn't you? But yes, it's his hobby.
For lo, the winter is past, the rain is over and gone. We go on here. The flowers appear on the earth. The time of the singing of the birds is come. It's wonderful, really. It's a wonderful image of spring, this picture.
I would have read it the other way round.
That's very contrary on it.
Yes,
Well, anyway,
I know.
we've got the message.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful image of spring. Such detail. Here's the blackbird, and he's singing away. Spring's come. This is glorious branch of apple blossom, isn't it?
Yes.
Look at the way he's painted it. I mean, the detail in here is so fantastic. This is actually, now one looks at it, a really great example of what's called Pre-Raphaelite painting. It's mid-Victorian, painted under the influence of the Pre-Raphaelites. That's to say, the painters who painted with very strong colours, very minutely, in the most wonderful detail. And this is a great example. I've been looking at it for some time, wondering who the artist is, because there's no evidence of a signature on the front. But now I'm looking around the back, and I see that there is some evidence that actually you haven't been dusting terribly well.
No, only on the front.
Only on the front. Anyway, so it came straight down off the wall, and
Yes.
there is this wonderful monogram here, JSR. It's by John Samuel Raven. He was a very interesting artist in the middle of the last century, obviously influenced by the Pre-Raphaelites, but not that well known. I mean, we only know him from his works, and they're of tremendous quality. There's a picture you've inherited.
Yes.
So I
I've
can
always
see-
remembered it in my parents' house, but I can't remember it any further back. But
Yes.
it's got Merwood on the back, which was a family home going back generations.
Right. Well, it's a wonderful thing to have in the family, a wonderful thing to be able to enjoy on the wall now. You've got it insured, I hope?
No.
You haven't got it insured? Well, I think it would do extremely well, actually, at auction. Probably make somewhere between £6,000 and £8,000. Probably insure it for 9,000 or 10,000.
Right.
And take the cobwebs off as well.
Don't they have? Don't they have to?
One of Cecil Aldin's most appropriately titled books is Dogs of Character. And if ever there was a dog of character, this is it. Tell me about the dog.
Well, the dog's name is Giles, and it belonged to my husband's grandmother.
Right.
And it was a mongrel, and it belonged to some gypsies, and she fell mad in love with this dog, bought the dog off him.
Oh, really?
And she knew Cecil Aldin from hunting and riding, because
Right.
she loved horses as well. So she asked him to draw Giles,
Right.
and so she did.
Giles was obviously
So he did, so-
a pampered pet because
He was a very pampered pet, allowed to sit on the furniture.
What's the most important thing about Cecil Aldin is that he got the best out of his characters. And in this case, Cecil Aldin had no problem at all. Giles has been, he's caught the full character of Giles.
That's right.
Cecil Aldin was a very interesting artist who was educated at Frank Calderon's Animal Painters School along with Lionel Edwards. He was very, very keen on his dogs and did a lot of illustrations. His own favourite dog was a chap called Cracker. It's a wonderful terrier with a patch on his eye.
Yes.
A lot of his illustrations turn up, but it's very rare to get a work like this. And I think here you can see this is in pastel. It's very spontaneous, this wonderful slick style that he has here, and it really brings out all the character of the dog. You know, he was clearly a rather wild-looking animal.
Yes.
His signature down here looks slightly curious, and a lot of people don't always read it correctly, but it is the Cecil and the A for the Aldin attached to it. He lived in Reading, and in fact there's a Cecil Aldin close in Reading today, so he's very much Reading's artistic son. I think at auction today it would make somewhere around £10,000, possibly a little bit more even, because they're very unusual.
Yes.
And probably rather more than Giles cost in the first place.
Yes, I'm sure.